Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we do a different band, we get into a different band, we listen to all of their records, we rank them from worst to best, and we try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler. Way out there hundreds of miles away is Jeff. And even farther than that, thousands of miles away in jolly old England.
Away.
Jolly old England is friend of the pod, Skip. He's been on the pod a few times before. So welcome back to Asinine Radio. But yeah, we're doing the Silversun Pickups today. So we listened to all of their records plus their first EP, Pickle. And we're going to rank them.
Pickle.
Yeah, so you don't have to. Yeah, honestly, so you don't have to. But before we jump into that, we are going to do...
Pickle.
Pickle?
It's
I don't know. But before we do that, we're going to do our 6 degrees...
Yeah.
Exactly. But we're going to do our 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge. That's where we connect the band of the week to our boy Tom DeLonge. I did do my homework this week for once. You know, I'm not good at doing my homework, but I did it this week. So we'll get into that. We have the way we're going to do this is, you know, Jeff will go first, Skip, then myself. Hey, you know what? If you say that I always mess up the intro, but I did the intro pretty good this time.
Why are you
did a
yelling?
Pretty good job.
Why are you so angry?
Skip, I saw Skip. He's just going like this.
So was Jeff.
I see him.
You know what he's talking about. You talking about anything?
I see him.
I see you.
But anyway, so yeah, let's get into this. So 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge. What do you got, Jeff? Did you do anything?
No, I didn't do anything. I barely got through this fucking week, dude. Are you kidding me right now?
I mean, the records are very long, and there's 8 of them.
No, I barely got through because it's all shit. That's why I barely got through it.
Lovely. Well, that was a short episode. So Tyler, how many 6 degrees did you do?
Oh shit. I only did one. My beer kind of just exploded, so that's good.
That's fine. So if I do one, you do one, I do one. I'll do Jeff's for him because I did 2.
Okay.
Because I did my homework.
That works.
You talk first.
Lovely.
I talk first.
Cool. So our first 6 degrees is we're going to go the production route. It's a route I've taken before. So Dave Cooley, he produced both Carnivas and Album of the Week, Swoon. He then went on to mix, but not produce. He mixed Integrity Blues by the Jimmy Eat Worlds.
Oh,
Jimmy Eat Worlds, of course, are famous for the Pop Disaster Tour. Occasionally, Blink-182 would turn up and play on that tour, apparently. There we go. Short and sweet.
Good.
Short and sweet.
Good girl.
So my only one, we start with Mike Fasano. He was the drum tech for on the record Physical Thrills, the Silversun Pickups record. Mike Fasano is the drummer in Tiger Army. Jeff Kresge used to be in Tiger Army. Jeff Kresge obviously was in AFI with Davey Havoc. Davey Havoc is in the band Dream Car with Adrian Young. Adrian Young is a fill-in the Vandals, fill-in drummer in the Vandals. Brooks Wackerman is as well. And then Brooks Wackerman to Tom DeLonge. Easy peasy.
Nice.
She just changes to the 6 degrees of Gwen as God. That's what we should change.
The 6 degrees of Wackerman, yeah. So my second one is Silversun Pickups, SSPU, briefly had a career as SSVU, which was Silversun Pickups and Butch Vig. They released the single David Lynch Has a Painting Made of Flies' Eyes, which, as a side note, is an absolutely excellent song. It's the funnest, silliest thing this band have ever done, because they are not a fun or silly band. It's got samples from Twin Peaks. It has like the backwards talking. It really reminded me of the band Wet Leg. I know Jeff really likes their first album, The Wet Legs. They're from Britland, the Isle of Wight. Butch Vig produced 2 albums, Gish and Siamese Dream by Billy and the Smashing Corgans. And the album Gish opens with I Am One, which was covered by Mark and the 44 Hoppuses. So there you go. And from the 44 Hoppuses, we go to Travis, who broke his arm, but then also played in Blink-182.
Yes, there you go. Perfect. I like it. So is that it? Is that all we got for the 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge?
Yeah, that's 3. There's 3 of us.
Okay.
Someone didn't do their homework. They like to call it out when people don't. I'm not going to call it out this time. I'm not going to say who it was because that's just unprofessional.
It is.
Good.
Thank you.
That's very good of you.
Thank you.
That's the first good thing you've done. Probably the last.
Ever.
So,
In what,
yeah,
seven
Silversun
episodes
Pickups.
I've done with you guys?
I think it's probably been
7?
about 7 episodes. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I pulled a number. It's. I think
That's
it's
not
sounds
bad.
about
That's
right.
not a bad ratio. 1 stinker and 6 bangers. That's not bad. That's not bad.
So let's get into some Silversun Pickups. Let's get into their records, worst to best. They have 7 full-length records plus their first EP. So 8 in total we're going to rank. So let's start with number 8, the worst Silversun Pickups record. What, Jeff?
When do we do our top 10?
Oh, I
At the
guess
end.
we usually do the top 10 at the
I
end.
fucking
but-
did one, so we're going to talk about it.
So the worst Silversun Pickups. What do you got? Go.
Go.
My notes are pretty similar to each other, so don't. I don't know. A lot of these records I care so little about, and then most of them I care even less than that. Better Nature, for whatever
That's
reason,
fair.
dude, I just could not get fucking through this record. It took me 3 times, and I still have not listened to this front to back because I'd stop it halfway through. Like I can't even fucking do this. Or I start it halfway through. I just couldn't get through it. I don't know why. It's electronic. It's dance. It's fucking boring, dude. I don't know.
Right.
It's fucking boring. This is the most boring of all of them. I just thought this is the most radio-friendly, boring output you guys possibly could have put out, and it's awful.
Okay, fine. Wait, which record was it again?
Good.
Neck of the Woods?
Better Nature, their 4th record.
Better Nature.
2015.
Got it.
Better Nature. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So-
You should say Neck of the Woods because that is their worst record. Number 8, Neck of the Woods, 2012. So going back, this is the album where I switched off. This is where I stopped listening, and yeah, I can hear why. It's a big shift away from that shoegaze that the prior records had, and it's towards a kind of stripped down electronic pop rock sound. Weirdly, I went back to the EP. There's an EP between Swoon and Neck of the Woods called Seasick, which I then found out had unused Swoon material, which is why it's better than this. And like the track Broken Bones from the Seasick EP is the standout from Neck of the Woods. No, seriously. It's just not very good. Boss Broken Bones is quite rocky. It's kind of like Panic Switch, and that could have probably replaced the song and album of the week, to be honest. But anyway, Neck of the Woods, it's just really disjointed sounding, guys. Like the songs are kind of, it feels like they're written piecemeal. Like, I've got a bit, and then I've got another bit, and I'll put that on there. There's not a lot of Nikki on this record, and she is kind of the secret sauce. She actually was in hiatus at this point from the band. She went off and had kids. And this is where Brian really started getting into that boring vocal mode where he just completely stopped stretching his voice at all. It's nice, he can sing, but my God, it's one-dimensional. All the songs are so long on this album, and because I haven't got that shoegaze thing, there's no layers going on, it's just fucking boring. The best song would be Mean Spirits, because there's a couple of actual riffs in there, and the guitar does this really fun thing where it locks in with the bass, and they're doing the Jack White thing, so he's got like an octave down pedal, a Boss OC2, I'm a nerd, and that's a really cool, heavy, fun trick, but then it's completely undermined, because what feels like an hour later, but when the next track comes in, the very next track does exactly the same thing, and it's like, yeah, don't do that, that's terrible track listing. And even on this one, the final riff, which is quite Corgan-esque, and I'm sure we'll come back to that later at some point, it just feels really tacked on. It's like, oh, we've got a riff that's in the same key. Let's make this 5-minute song 6 minutes. Why not?
I know. So these songs are so long
Fucking
sometimes.
song. So it's this is on the world famous Asinine Radio ranking system, which Tyler will explain. This is a 1 at best.
It's a 1. Yeah. So 3 is a
At
perfect
best.
album. 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard.
I'm not
So-
at a 1 yet.
Sub 1. That's fair, man. I was being generous. This
All
could
right,
be a
so
0.5.
My
doesn't need to
least
exist.
favorite is Tenterhooks, their last record, 7th record, 2026. I thought this one was just fucking boring. It's their shortest record too. It's like 39 minutes. This is the 3rd record Butch Vig produced for the band, and it just sounds so boring and uninspired. It's just
God.
it's forgettable, man. It's just absolutely forgettable. Not a single banger. I couldn't wait for it to be over, but it felt way longer than 39 minutes. It was just, who cares at this point? Like, who cares about Silversun Pickups at this point? I don't know. They just did so much better shit early on that I just don't care. So, yeah, number 8 for me, Tenterhooks. They did do some good stuff. So, what do you got for number 7, Jeff? Go.
Physical Thrills, 6th record, 2022. I don't care about any of these fucking records until we get to the Swoon. So they could adjust accordingly. I don't fucking have a dog in this race. I really dislike this band so fucking much. It's incredible to me. I can't even fathom why either of you two think any of this shit is good, because it's just not. This band is so fucking boring. This band is so... It's like shitty vanilla ice cream. Like, vanilla ice cream can be great. It can be okay, and vanilla ice cream can just be shit. This is shitty vanilla ice cream. Physical Thrills, 6th record, 2022. This one's funny, though, because this has the only record where the girl, Nikki, gets 2 lead vocals on it. Usually she only has 1, although you can't even fucking tell anyway, because Brian sings like a girl anyway. Who gives a shit? But then Brian plays bass on those 2 fucking songs. Like, come on, bro. Really? That's wild. Obviously, both those songs are shit anyway, so who gives a fuck? I don't even know what they're trying to do, man. Are they trying to be like indie rock, but like always kind of falling back on that like shoegaze kind of sound? Are they trying to be like My Bloody Valentine, but like trying to pretend to be like a more aggressive in like the Arctic Monkeys kind of way? I don't know. This record sucks, dude. This is stupid. I fucking hate this band. We Won't Come Out. That was like a banger for me. I thought that was an interesting song because they I don't know, they haven't put out anything. This is 6 records deep. I don't think they've put anything out interesting since Swoon. But it does show they can still get a little heavy, a little wiry, a little fun, and it was kind of a fun song. All
right, there you go. All right, Skip, what do you got for number 7? Go.
Number 7, 2019's Widow's Weeds. This is just another post-Swoon Silversun Pickups. It's at least shorter. It's only 47 minutes, and there's kind of better songwriting overall than Neck of the Woods, but it's completely skippable as an album. There is some nice texture in places, I think. There's a little bit more variation than some of their records, but this is what I'd describe as 90% background music. Songbirds is probably the best track. It does have some Swoon vibes. It's got a bit crunchy guitar. It kind of drives a little bit more. There's that kind of classic SSPU bass line, so it's a little bit of a throwback. Bit of energy, but it's tucked right at the end of the record. I'd already fallen asleep. This is also, it's a 1, but it's a slightly better 1 than Neck of the Woods. The artwork kind of reminded me of the Stone Roses. It's trees, but they're kind of Jackson Pollock-esque. That's the most exciting thing I've got.
Okay,
I'm done.
Dude, their album art are not good. Like, none of their album art is fucking very good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Disagree.
It's okay. Okay. All right. So my number 7 is Widow's Weeds, 5th from 2019. First record that they've done with Butch Vig, or that they did with Butch Vig on production. And this sounds like them kind of doing something out of the ordinary. The songs are definitely poppier than on previous records. And I think a lot of that is due to Butch Vig, because he knows how to get bands to write poppy or like, catchy fucking songs. But this style doesn't work for this band. This band does best with shoegaze, and they just didn't nail it with this album at all. I thought the songs were just weak, and it seemed a little too try hard for me, and I didn't think it was very good. But I did like the song Neon Wound. That was a pretty rad song. But yeah.
Opener.
I don't remember.
So
I don't.
It goes
remember
downhill from there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It goes downhill from there. But yeah. So Widow's Weeds. I don't really have much. I don't have a lot of notes on these records because
they suck.
Well, I mean, they're really not that different from each other, and also there's nothing really written about this goddamn band.
There's not a lot to say about them, right?
I get why Tyler likes this. I just don't understand why Skipples likes this. Like, because Tyler obviously likes shit music, and you like the dumb fucking Deftones, and you're a joke.
And that's I would say there's
ridiculous.
5 of these records that I don't care about.
All right, so let's get into number 6. What's the 6th worst release, Jeff? Go.
Tenterhooks. And until you said it on your rankings, I thought it was tender with a D. I didn't even notice it was Tenter.
T. That's
even more fucking obnoxious. That's their most recent record this year. I didn't even know they released a record this year because I don't care. It's just this album didn't go anywhere. Like, there wasn't anything here that I thought was wild, different. Like, a couple times they do something or get wild and pick up the pace. but don't do anything with it, just like the Deftones. Like Long Gone. That one has some really fucking cool parts, and the bass like comes through, and they like it drives the song forward and makes it interesting. But also like the Deftones, they just like, oh cool, let's go back to what we do most and just be boring as fuck. Ugh. Hot Wired though, that did make my top 10. It sounded like a classic 90s alternative banger.
Okay. Good. Very good. All right, Skip, what do you got for number 6?
It's also 2026's Tenterhooks. There's no good records this year. I'll tell you a secret. Let's make it perfectly clear.
Did you hear the Sublime record that came out? Because that would be...
I was referencing a lyric from...
I got it. I got the joke.
Yeah. It's fine. Jeff...
Yeah.
He's a little short, so things go over his head.
I'm drinking an 8%er today. Don't forget. This is the first time I've ever had a heavy beer.
All right, what do you got, Skip?
All right, girl.
Calm
down. So, I mean, by this point, SSPU, they'd been a band since 2000, and they'd been recording and releasing since 2005 sounds weird. So it's kind of impressive, at least, that a quarter of a century in, they are still churning out music. But do they need to? It's a bit like the Pixies reunion, It's just
you don't need
it.
No.
Yeah, and to me, they're clearly trying to recapture a sense of the feeling of the earlier records. By this point, I had no idea Butch Vig produced this or any other stuff because it doesn't sound interesting. Which in the 90s, Butch Vig was interesting. But the cover art, it harkens back to an Icon of Ass and Swoon. They've taken a color palette. It's kind of like a watercolory, splashy album art cover, and musically it's kind of trying to go back to that shoegaze sound, but without any of the charm of the early stuff. And it's like it's trying to recapture, but they can't remember how to write like that. Again, a bit like the Pixies reunion stuff. I picked The Wreckage because I think that was a single that got thrown up on the algorithm, and I was like, oh guys, do you remember this band? We always were going to do them on the pod, and we never did because we all stopped listening to them, or Jeff never started listening to them. But then you guys got Weezer tickets, and they're supporting them. So I was like, oh, that's a good excuse. But if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you how that song actually went. I just kind of was like, that's a single, that'll do as track of the week. Why not? It's a solid album, I guess. I think. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But
solid.
It's
okay.
Trying to at least recapture the genre that they're good at. It doesn't do it, but they're trying. So they got a point for effort, so I gave this a 1.1.
Okay. Okay. 1.1 out of 3. Very
1.1 out of 3.
I'm still not at a 1.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm like I would say I'm at a 1 right now.
If we're staying true to the rankings, 1 means you should listen to. Why do you need to listen to these?
No, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm at a 0.75. Yeah, you don't.
You got
where I'm at. You don't need to
listen to this.
0.75. Not terrible, but what's the point?
They don't need to exist.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So number 6 for me is Pikel EP, their first
what
EP.
The fucking shit. That's
yeah,
you're fucking retarded. This is stupid.
I thought it. I honestly thought it was kind of boring, melody wise, musically.
What boring? Are you kidding?
I thought it was. I mean, it reminded me a lot of Jimmy Eat World's Clarity record. It reminded me a lot of that, but
so
I
couldn't
get into the
record,
song.
but it's boring.
Wait, what?
I know.
Would you say, Skip?
Clarity is a 3 out of 3, but by your own rankings and your own, you've done it on the pod. So you're saying this album reminds me of a 3 out of 3, but it's 6th.
But it's not. Yeah, but it's not. It sounds like they're trying to do a Clarity album, but it doesn't really work for me. I don't know. I didn't really care for it at all. Okay. I thought it was just super fucking boring. Nothing hooked me on this EP at all, and it's a 35-minute EP. It's insane. It's a fucking record. So, Pikel. I like Comeback Kid a lot. That is a really good song. But otherwise, I think the record just falls kind of flat. So, I don't know. What are you going to do?
But you like Smashing Pumpkins.
Love the Pumpkins. It doesn't sound like the Pumpkins. It's not even...
You're all over the place.
They're not a great writer like fucking Corgan is. Get the fuck out of here. What do you got for number 5, Jeff? Go.
This is already out of control.
What do you got for number 5, Jeff?
Nick of the Woods, third record, 2012.
Nick of the Woods.
I don't like his singing. I think it's fucking annoying. I think his singing is the most obnoxious part of this band. I can get through the fucking shoegaze. I can get through the My Bloody Valentine kind of shit. But then when he just sings like a fucking girl, it's so annoying because he's just not good at it. It's just not fucking endearing. It's not fun. There's nothing about it that I find interesting. This is so boring. Like Jim Adkins kind of does that shit because we'll talk about Jimmy World a lot because there's a lot of stuff from Clarity and Jimmy World they do. But Jim Adkins also can just like sing. He can belt things out. He can sing from like the diaphragm, get down deep and, project. But he can also sing like a girl if the song warrants it. Bro, like every record warrants him singing like a girl. Why? Why does he always have to do it? It's annoying. Whatever. Don't know yet. That was a banger for me. I don't know if that made my top 10 though. I did not make my top 10. So I don't give a fuck about it. This record sucks too. Moving on.
All right, Skip. What do you got? Number 5.
2022's Physical Thrills. It's more confident and well produced than everything else prior on this list, I would say. Again, shocked at the Butchvig connection. Didn't read Wikipedia this week, so the band sound kind of energized on this record. There's a little bit more of an edge, I guess. Almost it's as close as the band get to being a bit sexy. It's not very sexy, but there's a chance. There's the idea that they might have got laid once, and I guess that's reflected in the title. They're still ploughing this kind of mid-noughties electronic pop rock at this point, which they've been mining for like half a decade, if not longer by now. 2022, at least it's a bit more self-assured. There's some better songwriting going on. The Dream at Tempo song titles kind of reappear, but it's almost like a hip-hop record. They're using them as like not skits but interludes, and we don't need 3 of them plus a 1.5 minute Nikki song, which might as well be an interlude. It's like, oh, here's Nikki, she's back, she's still in the band for a minute. Now fuck off.
Like, she sounds like Brian because they sing the same.
She's like Brian. She just sounds like Brian. It's a cool idea, the interludes, but stop making hour-long records, guys. Right? Yeah. Or if you're gonna, then write songs that sound different. So, like, it's nice that Nikki has some more vocals here to say, but it's just it doesn't contrast at all. And like without the strain that's on Brian's voice in the early stuff, it's just homogenous and really dull and really samey. However, Scared Together, standout track. It's got a really silly talkbox riff, like wow, bam, ba-down. There's those Joy Division drums that come in partway through where he's like hitting on the hi-hat where you'd hit a snare. It's very, very Joy Division New Order influence. And like it's not funk. There's a wah or a talkbox in there, but it's not funk. But what it is, it's a really scrawny white guy whose neighbour has listened to Prince once. And that's what that song is. But like at least that's like fucking different to anything else they've done. So it's a standout by default, and that's Physical Thrills.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so my number 5.
Bomb note there, guys. Someone hit a guitar.
Number 5, Neck of the Woods, is the third record from 2012, the follow-up to Swoon. It probably is. It probably is. I don't really care about this record at all. I think, coming off of the high that was Swoon, because those songs are fucking incredible, this one just falls so fucking flat. It's so forgettable too. It just, I don't know what happened after Swoon. Like it's almost like they kind of gave up, and I don't really care. I don't really have
a whole
notes.
Different band, right? It's weird. It
kind of sounds like it. Yeah, it's just there's no looping bass lines, nothing. Like it was just, I don't know. I just don't care. I didn't care for this record. Mean Spirit though, that's a pretty cool song, but outside of that, I just not my thing at all. So
we picked the same song from the same boring record.
The only like not boring song on it. But all right, so what do you got for number 4?
Quite Billy Corgan, isn't it? Like that last riff
is it
quite Corgan-y? That's why
I guess a little, maybe kind of gishy. Yeah, kind of gishy. Yeah, I could hear that.
Yeah.
So all right, so what do you got for number 4, Jeff? Go.
Widow's Weeds, number 4, their 5th record, 2000. I know, who cares? I don't fucking know. I just thought it was darker in tone, but super upbeat, poppy in the music, and it was kind of fun, I guess. Still average. The songs did bounce, and it was fun. Nothing great in this record, but I thought nothing horrible, I guess. Like some of these albums for sure have stinkers. I didn't think this one had a stinker. I just thought it was meh. Just average vanilla.
Just Average. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care that much. That's it.
All right.
No
Cool.
banger.
No banger.
That's cool.
All right, Skip. What do you got for number 4?
I haven't been naming bangers, by the way. I've just been naming best tracks. There is a difference between banger.
That is true.
It's true.
Best track.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
I want
you're
to
right.
make that very
You're right.
clear. Perfectly
Yes.
clear. There's no secrets this year. That might be my recurring motif for this pod. Anyway,
You already
number
got it done.
4.
I can't even talk.
Well,
Fuck.
hold on there, dude. Tyler's.
Sorry,
Go
man.
ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Say what you gotta say.
I know. There's nothing. I couldn't talk.
Well, you never finished it. You never
talking
said
is
what you
hard.
had to say.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. I don't even remember what I was gonna say now.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, continue, Skip.
I'm so sorry every time. I don't mean to derail people. Number
What do you
4.
got?
It's 2015's Better Nature. So I was absolutely prepared for a slog after going through Neck of the Woods at this point. I was like, okay, this is going to be a fucking clusterfuck. But where that album is sort of a stumbling block, as we said, it's like a different band. Nikki did take a sabbatical, perhaps without her, because her and Brian have always been the core of the band. It fell apart. I don't know. We can conjecture. No one cares. That awkward transition. I know I caught myself. I said again, from the shoegaze to that kind of electronic modern pop rock fucking thing. But this album like embraces it and at least bothered to write songs. So they'd come off arena tours with Foo Fighters and big tours with Placebo by this point, and that's clearly had an influence and kind of boosted their confidence and infected the way they're going to write songs. These aren't like insular shoegazy songs in the practice room. These are songs we played on massive stages. And when Neck in the Woods was kind of stodgy and it sort of trudged along, this immediately has more energy from the opening track onwards, from Cradle, and it's a bit more explosive. There's at least some kind of atmosphere here. The kind of... It almost reminds me in places, and the quality is not there, make that very clear. There's no secrets this year. But in terms of like production sound, it reminds me a lot in places of In Rainbows. Really clean guitars, electronic kind of drum sounds, and quite crisp production. I'm not comparing this to a perfect record at all, because it is not. But there's a feeling there, like a vibe. Modern rock production, I guess, but like with a vague alternative slant. There's some decent alternative rock here. Friendly Fires, Nightlight, they're pretty good. But for me, the actual standout, like the standout of their entire career post-Swoon, is Tape Deck. It's quite different to anything else they've ever done. It's got possibly the heaviest guitar. It's not even a riff. It's almost just a guitar noise, that kind of breakdown second that they've ever recorded. When the drums go double time in parts, and we'll talk a lot about Chris later because he is their Jimmy Chamberlain. Like, I think the reason they get the Pumpkins comparisons, apart from having a girl on bass, is actually the way he plays around a snare is very Chamberlain-esque. And the song actually, yes, the song actually kind of justifies its length because it does stuff. It doesn't just loop. It goes places.
It definitely does stuff.
It does stuff.
It fucking definitely does stuff.
And they go on, they used to be fun, but now we're in love. That's a good hook, man. It is a hook. It's really catchy. It kind of fuses the fuzzy guitars, the electronics, and the synth. And it kind of actually reminds me a lot of the early reunion Mars Volta, self-titled. The way he's phrasing stuff is quite latter-era Cedric. Like, I know you don't want to hear it, but go back and listen. The way he's phrasing things and the way he's that particular kind of pitch his voice is in, his range, it's like modern era Cedric, which isn't always great, but it really kind of reminds me of that. And the production as well.
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't
fine.
hear it in his vocals. I think his vocals are just so flat most of the time. Like, he does the whisper
they're really
singing
vanilla in
so
parts.
Yeah,
much.
the range is
He's like
this.
technically okay.
It's
but
like
there's no
nothing.
interest
Yeah,
there.
like throwing him up against Cedric. I mean, it's just
No,
it's not,
I said
I don't think that's a fair
latter-day
comparison.
Cedric. I did not
It doesn't
say
matter.
Cedric.
Even later Cedric.
Latter.
I don't know if that's a good comparison,
Latter-day.
man. I just
Yeah.
disagree with you on
That's
that
fine.
one.
We're cool, man. We're cool to disagree. Maybe it's because I really, really hated Neck of the Woods that I gave this one like a bit of a pass. But I would go back to this record. I might not like
Okay.
it again, but like it's better than all the other shit. That's it.
That's not hard to do. All right. So my number 4 is Carnivas. I don't know how to pronounce that.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
There we go.
At least like Skipples has correct top 3 in whatever order they are. Like you're just skip Tyler's. Well, I'll do mine now because they're wrong.
Okay, if you want it, skip me. It's fine.
We've hit anti-pop era again, haven't we?
It's just so stupid. It's so stupid.
No, it's not.
It's
stupid.
not too late. We could just do anti-pop off the cuff right now.
Dude, I wish. I wish we were doing some Primus instead.
So Natural Joe, biggest bagger.
No, I think this one this is a cool record. It's fine. I wouldn't go back to it. But I would give this like a 1.5. 1.5 out of 3. So not terrible. I would. It's fine. It's fine. There's better written songs compared to Pikel. There Skip goes again. But I think it was just kind of boring. I do like that they started doing like the looping bass and drums and everything. That really what made Swoon so great is just that the looping of those bass lines, and they really kind of started it on this record, not Pikel. And it was cool. That part of it was cool, but I don't think I'd ever really go back to this. I remember liking it a lot more back in the day, but revisiting this last week, it's just not for me. But I do love the song Lazy Eye. Yeah, I know it's a single, but that's a fucking killer song, man. That is incredible. Fucking killer.
Of course.
So, yeah, what do you got for number 3, Jeff?
Carnivas. I almost had this as number 2, but today I listened to Swoon with Cans On again. And Swoon's a much better album with Cans On. Much better.
Yes.
So Carnivas, this is good. Obviously Lazy Eyes, like that's their fucking flag. It's so goddamn good. It's so easy to like. It's so endearing. I think what Carnivas lacks is 2 things. It's not as honest and endearing as Pikel is, and it's not as dynamic as Swoon. So it kind of sits there in the middle with them just, being like emo kids writing songs that like the Get Up Kids versus them becoming like an opening act for the Foo Fighters, which I think that's why this band exists, is because they saw the Deftones do it and like, oh, they can play boring fucking music to stadiums. Maybe we can too. Put a bunch of lights, put on music that is boring as fuck, but you can play an hour straight, and everyone's like, oh my God, dude, that was an amazing performance, dude. And it's just not, man. It's boring. I've watched them. I'm never live. I will at some point this year. Maybe. I might go to the merch booth. I might go to the merch booth at that point. But I had watched live videos of them. I'm like, dude, this is boring as fuck, man. I get why people like this. I understand it, because if you're just new to the circuit, if you're new to like this kind of music, this is a band that's a good stepping point. Whatever. Carnivas was still fun. It was still good. Dude, there's so much fucking clarity all over this. He sounds like Jim in that era if Jim was a girl. Just straight up. But otherwise, it was good. It was a good listen. I enjoyed it. This is like a 1.5 for me. Ish. Yeah, I would say 1.5. It was a fun listen. Lazy Eye is such a fucking banger, dude. It's such a good song. Good. That's a beyond banger. That's a perfect song through and through. I enjoyed Carnivas. I probably will never ever go back to this though, and that's why it's number 3.
Okay, very good. All right, Skip. What do you got for number 3?
Number 3.
Good. I just want to say that the Deftones comparison's actually kind of spot on, Jeff. So well done. Like they're like if Deftones are kind of mid-tempo, vaguely shoegazy, vague electronic for the metal kids, and SSPU are vaguely shoegazy, mid-tempo, vague electronic for the white indie guys.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, yeah. It's album of the week, number 3.
Swoon?
2009.
Oh, my God.
Swoon.
Oh, my God. That is
we'll
wrong,
get into
dude.
it soon.
That is wrong, dude.
It's
all right,
not that wrong, though. It's, I don't know.
So my
number 3 until like today, actually, when I changed it up.
Okay. All right. Well, my number 3 is Physical Thrills, their 6th record from 2022. Hey, that's the way she goes.
I'm wrong, but Physical Thrills is number 2. Okay. This fucking guy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. So this is the second record that Butch Vig produced, and I think they did a much better job writing poppier songs. They've added more instruments outside of just the synth and the normal distorted guitars. So there's some banjo, some mandolin, acoustic guitar all over this, and there's some like
bro.
There's some variance, there's some nuance to this record that you don't hear on anything else. And also he does a lot less of the breathy kind of whisper singing He does a lot less of it on this record, and he uses a little bit more range in his voice. And it's like it makes you kind of listen because you're like, okay, this is something a bit different. I kind of enjoy it because it's a little bit different for them. It's not great. I mean, I would give this a 1.75 out of 3. I'm never going to go back to this, but it was a decent listen. It really wasn't that bad. So banger though, System Error, killer bass line. That bass line's fucking awesome. But yeah, I thought Physical Thrills was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool record, man. So what do you got for number 2, Jeff?
Swoon.
I think Skip is exhausted right now. Swoon, okay.
Until you put Physical Thrills at number 2. I'm physically unthrilled right now. Album of the week. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry.
So what do you got for number 2, Skip?
Oh, so you're number 1. Lovely. My in number 2 is Jeff's number 1, I believe, which is Pykel, the debut EP, which at 35 minutes long is as long as the Theoretical Modern Literature album. It's a record where I would say this works to its favour, the ambition is greater than the budget, and that's where the charm is. There's this amazing fragility to these songs and a handmade nature to them. Like, a wonderful example is you can hear there is someone physically turning dials on a delay pedal at one point to get that. And I know it because I've done it before on a little Boss CD3. And like that's the kind of thing that you wouldn't do in a big studio because you just run Pro Tools and you would just program it all in. And that's wonderful, and that gives it that genuine 90s alt rock vibe, which is clearly what they really wanted at this point. They have never sounded like this since. They've tried to recapture it, and we'll touch on that when we get to the main episode. But they've never been this raw or this analog. Kissing Families opening track has probably one of Brian's best ever vocals because he's doing this thing here which he doesn't do past Carnivas, which is where he actually puts a bit of strain. It's almost like he's singing just out of his range, yeah, and he does the kind of it's not a scream, but it's that alt rock shout thing, which completely disappears again after Carnivas. After Lazy Eye, you never hear any strain on his voice ever again. Swoon is the first one that's guilty of that. We'll touch on that later. Nicky's song is a cover, which I didn't realise when I first heard it.
What's it a cover of?
Yeah, it's a cover of
what?
A really obscure indie band that like they were coming up the scene with. It's like a nod to their scene, which is kind of cute as well. I think they were getting a bit hype, and they were just trying to hype the scene up, which is really nice. But also, like, her voice is so childlike, like in like a Meg White way, but she could actually sing on that. And again, she never does that again. She's always a bit more sultry or a bit more like breathy going this. It's like they don't even know how to make a record, so there's a load of charm in it. It's really nice. But the biggest banger for me, and this is one of my favourites ever, is All the Go-In-Betweens. It's been a favourite of mine literally since I first heard it, to the point that when I saw them, I think the second time in London at one of the unis, they appointed like any requests, and I was like, all the Go-In-Betweens, and I think Brian was like, yeah, we can't play that. But like Nikki actually, when they finished, grabbed me and pulled me and put, because I have a bass clef tattoo, she pulled me literally on stage and put her pick in my hand and was like, that's for you. And I then probably lost it, which is very, very shame.
And I done properly lost it.
I done properly lost it. But it's like, to me, like the scope of Pykel, like the ambition next to like what they could actually achieve, the rawness, it's so nice. But like, it's like it does have a Pumpkins vibe to it, and we will address that in the main episode. I think we have to. But it's just, the whole record is a journey from start to finish. It's tracked really well. Every song has something about it that differentiates it from the others. It's not overblown. It's just a really pretty, unique record. And I view it as an album because it is 35 fucking minutes long. Yes. It's what, 5-6 tracks. It's just, it's a unique thing. I love the artwork. It's my second favourite. This to me is like a 2.7. I'm not gonna lie. It's high marks.
Yeah, very high. That's way too high, some would say. All right. So my number
Actually,
two
God.
is Better Nature, fourth record from 2015. I don't know. I think I put this one as high as I did because it was something a little bit different that they were doing. It's kind of new wavy, very, very electronic driven. I don't really like new wave music, but for whatever reason, I think I just kind of appreciated that they even tried
So
doing it because it was
weird.
something different. I think I was just so bored with so much of their music. So when they do something even slightly different, I'm kind of into it.
Coming off Neck of the
and-
Woods, it's definitely like a refresher. That is true.
Yeah, and it sounds like they were actually having some fun, but then not too much fun. You know, it was just they were really riding that line of fun. But yeah, it's a fine record. I would give this a 1.75 out of 3 as well. It's cool. It's fine. I would listen to it again, I guess, if it came on, but I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to it. So yeah, banger Connection. That is a really good song, but I got nothing more on Better Nature because again, these albums just don't do it for me, man. So what do you? So Jeff, your number one is Pikel. Obviously, mine and Skip's number one is Swoon. So what do you got for
I put mine
Pikel?
as number
Are you
3.
sure about that?
You're right. Sorry, Jeff. What do you got?
You just assume my number 1, bro.
I did. I don't know why I thought that. Okay.
And like you say, I don't like new wave music. The only time you like new wave music is when bands are doing it that are not like new wave bands. When Silversun Pickups does it, or when Davey Havoc is
Yeah,
involved,
just
then
don't
you
like
like
new
new
wave
wave music.
bands,
What
but
the
you
fuck
like
are
new
you
wave
talking
Okay,
about?
relax. I don't like.
Get the fuck
I don't
outta
like
here.
Dream Car. I don't like Dream
Good
Car. Get out of here.
God.
I don't like Dream Car.
The fuck? Yes, you do. And every
No,
time
I
AFI
don't.
does like a fucking
Secretly-
new wave song, you buy 3 copies
Secretly
of
got
it.
a
Get
huge
fucked.
Duran Duran collection, don't you?
I do.
Like
yeah.
if you're gonna like new
I
wave,
see.
like then
It's
like
best
new
new
wave.
wave
It's
band.
fine. Good God.
I-
But yes, Pikel.
They did a Bond
Dude,
song.
this record is
Mm.
fucking so goddamn good.
No,
We went
it's
from
a-
like a.
It's so
I mean,
good.
I won't spoil it for Swoon, but like Swoon, I was like, okay, I get it. Like this sounds like sonically, it's fucking cool. I understand it. I don't like it, but then like Pikel, I'm like, damn, bro, this is already vinyl worthy. This is already, without even like getting into the lyrics too much and going over it and listening to it, this is already like a 2.5 for me. This is an incredible
Wow.
record.
Maybe I
Everything
need to
Skip
listen to it
said,
again.
dude, everything
Maybe I
Skip
need to
said is
listen to it.
100% true.
With
Dude,
Cans,
there's
man,
Modest
listen to
Mouse
Cans.
on this. There's Jimmy World on this. There's Get Up Kids here. There's Kevin Devine all over this fucking thing. Every one of like my emo bands that I love so much, and every one of like that era of music that I love so much, like bleeding into the 2000s, it's all over this. But they don't like rip it off. They can clearly tell they love all of those bands. They love all of those things, and so they're like, hey, we're gonna do our own kind of version of that. And my God, Creation Lake, what a gorgeous piece of fucking just sonic musicality, right? It's so good. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of that Moldy Peaches song when they're kind of singing along, and like it was in the Point Dynamite soundtrack or some shit. I can't remember. But it's like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Or at the end of like the Velvet Underground when Mo's singing, right? It's just like when you want the door, the sun for rain forever. Like it's just so cute. It's so good, man. It's just so lighthearted and free, and just there's just no rules. How do you not like this? What is wrong with you? The only good thing they've
I'll
ever
listen
done.
to it again. I'll listen to it again. I'm not opposed to listening to it again. If you guys speak so highly of it, I'll
Dude,
definitely.
this is so
give it another
fucking
go.
good. This is so, and this is the only reason this week was even worth it at all in any capacity. Because I discovered this record, and I'm in love with this thing, and I love it so much.
It's so unique
But all,
in their catalogue, isn't it? It's wonderful.
oh, it's so wonderful. I don't know, man. I just get so happy thinking about this, listening to this. Whereas everything else after this, I'm like, oh man, this fucking sucks. I hate this. But yeah, all the go-in-betweens, that is my favorite song by them. And I thought, no way anything's going to cap Lazy Eye, because Lazy Eye is so fucking good. But all the go-in-betweens, very
It's
clarity
so
like.
fantastic,
Looping,
isn't
you
it?
like that looping, Tyler. You like
I
that
do.
looping.
I do like the looping. I love
Dude,
it.
it's so fucking good. This record is amazing. It's unreal. I cannot believe they botched their own career trajectory so hard after this. Really, they did a really good job because everybody likes them. They're on tour with Weezer and they're making a bunch of money, so good for them. But fuck me, this is so good.
Okay, very good.
Oh, you've made
Very
me
good,
so
Skip.
happy.
So
Oh,
Like,
so
yeah,
good.
all the go, but how yeah, and I love that, and it is like if the Smashing Pumpkins weren't so up themselves, you know, because it's spacious and I've been to the moon, to the stars, and the go in betweens. Oh, it's perfect, brilliant,
So good.
brilliant, and yeah, Tipping Modest Mouse, great. Like really, and Velvet Underground, both. Yeah, on Pycore especially, like really good.
Yeah. Just
Really
carefree,
good
right?
shout-outs,
Just do whatever the
Jeff,
fuck you want. Let's close the album out with the shitty half drummer singing a song. Who
That's
cares?
great. It's fucking great, yeah. So my number one, obviously, despite Tyler's inability to work things out, is Carnivas. And just to point out, so from album of the week, Pycore, and
So
this
rude.
I do have on vinyl. So rude. You just assumed my number one, even though I already mentioned it. So my
Boots over
Swoon
here.
is
How
OG.
rude.
I bought it when it came out. I think Pycore and Carnivas are probably repressings, because certainly Pycore is, and Carnivas was repressed quite a lot early because of the success of Lazy Eye. So I think mine's a second or third pressing. Anyway, Carnivas. This is where they actually got the budget and the studio time to make the shoegaze record that they clearly really wanted to. So the whole thing for me has this wonderful dreamlike quality, and even in the song titles, Melatonin, Dream at Tempo 119, Well Thought Out Twinkles, they're all kind of talking about twilight. And look at the album artwork as well, those kind of greens and blues, which they kind of carried over to Swoon, and kind of started with Pycore, but it's got the girl in the swing, but the watercolour behind it. And then they kind of went, oh, we're going to completely abandon this theme and fuck off and make really shitty album covers for the next 10 years. And then they've tried to bring it back with Tender Hooks. It doesn't work. But at this point, it works. And the guitars are really huge. But here's the thing here. Like, the thing about the guitars on Carnivas, in comparison to Album of the Week, is he's using completely different guitars. So in Carnivas, he's using an Epiphone Sheraton, which is a hollow body guitar, and this is still to this day, as far as I'm aware, his favourite live guitar. So because it's a hollow body, there's a real woodiness to the fuzz. So there's a softness, even when he's using loads of fuzz and distortion. It's like a soft focus lens on it. Whilst for Album of the Week, we'll talk about when we get there, he switched his gear up. And he hated playing it live, I can tell that, because at one point it was his backup guitar. He had to switch to it when I saw them because he broke strings, and he was physically uncomfortable playing, but he wanted it for those tones. Anyway, so even though there's loads of fuzz and like layers and layers on this record, it's not aggressive in the way that Swoon is. Like Swoon has an aggressive and a kind of alt rock vibe to it, this is where I'm going to talk the Pumpkins on Album of the Week. People will say it's this record, it's not. Its Album of the Week is much more Pumpkins.
Oh, I agree.
This entire record could basically be my top 10 if I was feeling particularly lazy. I'd have to drop one song because there's 11 songs, but other than that, like going back this week after years of not sticking it on start to finish, I was genuinely shocked at like how these songs are in my subconscious. I was like, oh, I know every word to this song. I know how this is going to go. Yeah, I was just like, wow, that's mad, which is always a sign of a really good record. You know, if you can go back and not listen to it for years, and you're like, oh, this is like, listen to it yesterday, you know it's good. Like, I mean, at this point, there was a lot of hype, and there were such indie darlings. Like, fucking Joaquin Phoenix directed a fucking video for them. Like, I mean, you don't get any more, like, white boy indie than that, do you? It was a Little Lover So Polite, by the way, for the Wikipedia fans out there. And the big difference, apart from the guitar tones, is the way the drums are recorded. So same producer, Dave Cooley. But here you can hear it's quite a loose snare. Those chains, they're also really fucking prominent in the mix. It's super loud on the drums. So where in Swoon, the drums become part of the texture. They kind of got amputected. We'll talk about that. Here, they contrast against the swirl. So there's dynamic in the songs. They are all mid-tempo. They're a mid-tempo band. But there's dynamic at play here because the snare is fucking loud. And Chris is playing off it all the time. And we're, you know, rather than going, he'll go like one verse, he'll do that. And they'll go, so he's playing the same rhythm, but he's playing around. It's always off the snare. Really Jimmy Chamberlain, bro. I know you're like, oh, is it? It is. Yes, it's jazz playing. It's literally how Jimmy Chamberlain's played across Siamese Dream and Gish. So yes, like listen to Pumpkins if you're going to say you love them. Like listen to the drummer.
Okay. Well, again, so I may need to go back and listen to some of this early Silversun. I just didn't get it.
There's contrast. He changed. There's loads of rolling on the snare. It like Chris slays across this record, man. Like without being a showy drummer, like he's feeding the songs, like because otherwise they would just be texture. So there's actually an edge which is missing on so much of their material, even though this is their soft focus record. It's just there. Like And the other big thing is Nicky's bass tone. You've mentioned it, though, those bass loops. And that became over by accident. So for years she was playing a Fender Precision, which is the world's most boring bass guitar. You'd have heard it on a million records. It's the bass that just sits in the mix. It fits there. And sadly, he got nicked. Like when they were touring, before they were big, before they were signed, their van got stolen, lost a load of gear, and a Fender Precision was them. So she ended up borrowing this Gibson Thunderbird, which is an iconic looking bass. They're fucking horrible to play. They're huge.
They're massive. They're fucking huge.
Yeah, everyone knows what a T-Bird looks like, right? It's the reverse, and but they've got such a low end because they're made of fucking solid ebony. Like, you know, especially the real ones, they're like fucking solid. There's this huge low end to them, and that became like the sound. You know, you've got Brian's guitar and the keys, and then this throbbing bass, and it's that's bless you. That's the SSPU sound, man. That's the iconic sound. That those bass loops, those really low, throbbing bass lines. So they discovered this shoegazy sound, and we've got to talk about Lazy Eye. You've already brought it up. It's become a fucking alt rock staple. It's very Pumpkinsy, that kind of chord, you know, where you're playing an open underneath, like just a semitone underneath that. It's like on the string below. That's fantastic. I actually learned to play it on guitar. That's how much of an indie darling song it was. It actually has a strained vocal, you know, when he raises his voice, the sunshine, locked and loaded. And he never does that again. That's the last time he strains his voice. You know, that I say I relate, I relate, it's so fun to relate. And it cuts back down again. Like, it is a perfect alt rock song. It's so 90s. Reminds me a lot of Sebadoh, which is the Dino Jr. spin-off band, bass player Barlow from...
Never heard of that band.
Pykel really has a Sebadoh vibe. Jeff, if you like Pykel, go listen to the early Sebadoh stuff. It's got that same fragility. It's really nice. But for me, the number one, my favourite SSPU song is Future Foe Scenarios. Because it just... It's like Lazy Eye, but not a single. It's been written to just be a 6-minute thing. It builds and it builds. Brian does that strained vocal thing right up to the final go around, you know, where he's saying the title and, you know, it's revolution, baby, but really pushing it. And, like, again, he's singing out of his range, never does that again. And it's got a really unique guitar tone where you almost can't really hear its notes. It's so fuzzed out, and because it's a hollow body, it's so soft focused. It's like really woolly, I guess is the right word. You can't. It's like muffled, and then there's those tremolo keys. And Tyler, you're saying, oh, they use more instruments on physical films. Mate, there's marimba in this. There's glockenspiel.
I do love the marimba.
So much. Yeah. There's exactly. Well, you didn't even pick it up. There's so much going on. Again, cans. This is such a cans record. And there's loads of like, I'm a shoegazeman, and I think that's the difference. Like, to me, I'm a shoegazeman. And I'm gushing here, and I'm done now. I'm done because we're approaching the hour mark. I understand why more straight up alt rock guys take Swoon. I do. Like, Swoon is an easier to digest, more immediate record. It's not as good. This is a perfect record for me. This is 3 out of 3, and I'm done.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Something.
Well, I guess I gotta go back and listen to 2 of their records. I gotta go back and listen to 2 of their records.
Cans, man.
Since you did listen the
first
first
time.
time.
Cans, genuinely.
Yeah, I will. I'll listen to them this week. We have limited time this week because we are pottying on Wednesday and we only have 3 days to listen to the next band. But I'll squeeze some time in.
No,
Just stop going out so much.
Rush. You've got it's like October before you see the Weezers. You've got time.
That's true. That's true too. But I like to listen to it like right after we pod.
There's no secrets this year.
That's
I'll
true.
make it
That's true.
perfectly
So obviously my number one is Swoon. So let's get into our top 10 favorite Silversun Pickups songs, and then we'll finish up this episode and then actually get into the Swoon record.
Under an hour there.
Take a
We're
deep
doing
dive into it.
This is good for me.
Not bad. Not bad. I know, right?
It's not
okay,
great,
so
but it's not bad.
So Jeff, number 10 to 1. What do you got? Silversun Pickups favorite songs. Go.
It's gonna be heavy in the Pykel here. Comeback Kid, Pykel, number 10. Substitution, Swoon. Well Thought Out Twinkles, number 8. We Don't Come Out, that was from Physical Thrills. Hot Wired from Tenter Hooks. There's No Secrets This Year, as Skip keeps saying. Swoon. And then Creation Lake, Pikel, Kissing Families, Pikel, Lazy Eye, Carnivorous, Carnivals, and then all the go in betweens from Pikel. My favorite song.
Very good. Very good. So what do you got,
Solid
Skip?
top
10 to
10.
1.
I have one song from after 2009, and it's number 10. Number 10 is Tape Deck. Number 9 is Little Love is So Polite. Number 8, Panic Switch, banger. Number 7,
good.
I'll Tell You a Secret. I'll make this perfectly clear. There's no secrets this year. Number 6, It's the Common Reactor. Number 5 is Melatonin. Maybe I should take that to get to sleep tonight. Number 4, Kissing Families from Pikel. Fantastic song. Number 3, Jeff's favourite. Fantastic song. Perfect song. All the go-in-betweens. Number 2, their second best song. It's Locked and Loaded. Still the same old Greasy Lazy Eye. And number 1 is what I just gushed over. It's Future Faux Scenarios.
Very
Did
cool.
you put
Very
Lazy
good.
Eye in your
The
top 10
perfect
at all?
record.
That is kind of crazy.
Lazy Eye's number 2, bro. Number
Oh.
2.
I thought you said it was. I
Lazy
thought you
Eye's
said
number
something
2.
else.
So I
like
quoted a
Lazy
lyric
Eye.
around the chorus. That confused you.
Okay, that's okay.
Number 2 is Lazy Eye.
Gotcha. Good.
Because it's
Yeah.
their second best song. It's perfect. Perfect song. As is all the
It's a great
go-betweens.
song.
3
It is
perfect
a great
songs.
song.
They've written 3 perfect songs.
Oh, okay. That's fair. My number 10 is Well Thought Out Twinkles from Carnivas. Number 9 is The Pit from Neck of the Woods. Number 8 is Scared Together from Physical Thrills. Number 7 is Mean Spirits from Neck of the Woods. Number 6 is System Error from Physical Thrills.
What is
Number
that? What are you doing?
Number 5 is It's Nice to Know You Work Alone from Swoon. Number 4 is Lazy Eye from Carnivas. Number 3, and then my number 3 is Growing Old is Getting Old from Swoon. My number 2 is There's No Secrets This Year from Swoon, and then my number 1,
Tell
of
you a
course, is
secret.
Panic Switch.
I'll make this
Panic
perfectly
Switch
clear.
is your number 1.
Panic Switch
you're
is my number
such-
1.
what is-
Oh, you're such a Corgan dick sucker.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
That's Skip choking on a dick right there. But okay, cool. So there we go. That's our top 10. Those are our top 10 favorite Silversun Pickup
That's it?
songs.
That's all.
So that's it. That's all we have for this episode. Go listen to the main one. We're gonna get into Swoon and everything about that. So that's it. That's all.